Hey there, I'm Alex Miceli. This is really my take. It's Friday evening, and I just felt like I had a couple things to talk about, so I thought I'd just turn on the computer and go with it. First one is that I've seen two press releases that have come out today, one from the RNA, one from the USGA, both saying that there's going to be a press conference on Tuesday morning, in fact. Geez, I wonder what that's going to be about. It has to be about anchoring, obviously. What it's going to do, what they're going to say, I have no idea. What I do know is it's going to change the landscape of golf no matter what. And so everybody's going to have to tune in. That means that I have to actually get up early because I heard it's like 8 in the morning. I don't know why they decide to make these decisions at 8 in the morning. It's a little ridiculous. Second, Marshallgate. What is going on? I have never seen so much print on Marshalls in my life. In fact, I can't even remember talking about Marshalls in the past. It's usually not a Marshall. It's a rules official or something else, another player or a caddy. Boy, I mean, it could be even the scorer, but it sure as heck isn't about the marshals. When is it that we now decided to talk about marshals? And when is it that you have dueling marshals? One marshal saying this, the other marshal saying that? I could care less what the marshals have to say. I heard Arnold Palmer say that, hey, look, Tiger is, he's pulling a club. That's what he does. It was just an accident. I'm just going to tell you something right now. If I make an accident on the golf course, if I'm playing with somebody else, and I do something wrong, if I know the person, I don't know the person, no matter what it is, when we get to the green, I look over and I say, hey, man, I'm sorry about that. I made a mistake. I know that didn't happen. That doesn't mean that Tiger Woods was right or wrong. I just know that didn't happen, and that's why I wonder exactly which marshal is right and which one is wrong, or do you even care? The other thing is this drop thing. Now, I didn't see the drop. I wasn't even at the Players. I was actually at my daughter's graduation, but I looked at some video afterwards, and some of the video was quite compelling. I mean, how is it that you could think from one angle, which was looking at the blimp from the tee out to the water, where is it that you thought that it ever crossed land after about 30 yards past the tee? There is no conceivable way you could think that it crossed land anywhere. In fact, actually, as you watch the ball flight, it looks like it's got a better chance of crossing land left of the hazard than it does right of the hazard. That being said, I don't fault Tiger Woods, I don't fault Casey Wittenberg, I don't fault Mark Rolfing, or I don't fault anybody else, because let's be honest, when you're 275 yards away from where the ball lands, how the heck are you supposed to figure out where it crossed land and where it didn't cross land? That is the problem with the rules of golf. There's no way in the world that anybody could tell back at the tee where it really crossed the hazard or not. I mean, it's stupid. So what they need to do is they need to address the rule. But the bottom line is that where were the PGA Tour in this case? They were all up in arms. All the rules officials were up in arms about the fact that you should have caught the guy in the trailer, scoring trailer, after the round and say, hey, look, you need to take a look at this. Are you telling me that the PGA Tour wasn't watching footage of this shot during its actual happenings? I don't think so. The Tour watches everything. They watch that television, the television broadcast, top to bottom, when it's happening. All they had to do is pick up the phone and call rules officials, hey, you need to take a look at this, which is what they should have done. And then they should have brought Tiger in and said, look, do you think it crossed land there or not? Was it a good drop or a bad drop? None of that happened. Of course, none of it matters now because the tournament is over. And I don't think Tiger tried to break a rule because he didn't even know where the ball really crossed, which is the other question. How can Casey Wittenberg or Tiger Woods say, I know it crossed here? There's no way anybody can know where it crossed unless you watch it on videotape. Patrick Reed. I said earlier, yesterday, in fact, I told you I was going to talk about Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed changed all of his equipment from Nike to Callaway on Thursday. Just made the decision it wasn't working for him. Just got off the phone with him, feels very comfortable about it. Hasn't made a change in the driver yet because he never had the time to work with it. He only had time to work with the irons and the wedges. Feels comfortable with those, feels comfortable with the ball. Made the cut after a 67 yesterday, his lowest round, as I said earlier, since the final round of Puerto Rico. Feels very good about the change. May even make an Odyssey putter change or Odyssey putter switch in his bag this week. Will happen on the third round Saturday at HP Byron Nelson. A couple of other things real quick. The 12 Hole at Cabot Links, if you haven't been there, it's a great place to go. 12 Hole has been changed. Actually, I think it's a positive change. You need to take a look on their website and see where the change is, but it's a really good-looking hole. And then lastly, British Open qualifier. Patrick Reed said that one of his problems about trying to make the equipment change or switch to a new driver is he's not going to have any time even at Colonial because of the fact he's going to be playing in the British Open qualifier on Monday. Tuesday, you go to the range, start working with your clubs. All of a sudden, you don't have that time, so we're not going to see a change from him and driver. It probably won't happen until later on. Well, that's it. That's all I got to say from now. Talk to you later on. I'm Alex Miceli, golfweek.com.